Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're all set to bring you a terrific contest here as these two divisional rivals renew acquaintances for the first time this season. There's always a little something extra at stake when these teams face off. It's the 49ers going up against the Seahawks.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down following the run.
Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Detroit now. Green 39.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
The slot man in motion right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Room to run past midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now they'll run it on the toss. Look at the dance and the juke. And now running right through it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Back there in that Philly. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
No. Check. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Back there. Here we go now. Blue 90.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, 1st and goal.
Back there in that Philly. Here we go.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And his kick is indeed good. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Slot man moves right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now a play fake. Carr. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On first down, Mahomes going for the deep ball. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And now here's a carry heading left. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now they'll throw with Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now they try the right side here. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down at the 44-yard line.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Room here to run. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he'll be shoved to the turf that time at the 19. A gain of 3, second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. To throw his car. Gonna throw right side here, complete. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montrevious Adams able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And his throw here is incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. Get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Detroit! Here we go.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Mahomes now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. second down now after the pass completion. Now Mahomes. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
An update from down in L.A. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
The final shot here before half for Carr. And that's off the mark, incomplete. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he shifts past him. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. 93. Throwing now is Carr. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They go play action here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Both the run and pass still in play here on 3rd and goal from the 3. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Parkey's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
That good for 22 and a first down. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Detroit! All right, here we go.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3.
Hurry up, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
The Niners on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch it now. Leopard.
Now they'll run it on the toss. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Elsewhere, a third quarter score, and it's the Rams extending their lead as they've just put more on the board. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And now here's a carry heading left. He juked him, and he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Check. Now. 180. 618. Go Chief. 29.
Carr to throw on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Todd. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. An update from down in L.A., and the Rams have scored again, able to stretch their lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now a handoff looking right. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Carr now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. On first down, Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back, right around the 31.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So they settled for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Flushed out right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Frank Clark in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Off the toss, Cohen busts through the tackle, shrugs off another. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On play action, now Carr. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. 2nd down following the run. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
The Seahawks on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Carr to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Carr going to look to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Elsewhere across the league, fourth quarter action in Los Angeles. And scoring again, the Rams have widened that lead a bit further. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And the D looking like they may blitz.
Now let's go. 3,
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
over. Here we go.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Sean Davis with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Obviously just a huge play, but Charles, as a defender, aren't you often taught just to knock that ball down on fourth?
You're exactly right. We are taught that. Okay, just knock it down, take the ball on offense. But sometimes you have to know when to break the rules. And he did to the tune of 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 17. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now Parkey for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. There, the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They try again with Cohen. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. This is Cohen. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Here we go now. Green 39.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This from 44 yards away. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where